G'day there guys, it's Connie here again from Marquee Industries and we're back with some more stories from Reddit. As always, if you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit like and subscribe and also the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Alrighty, let's get right into it. Alrighty, well, on relationship advice, this one was written by a throwaway account and it's titled, "Should I go for it with my brother's girlfriend if she's giving me all the signs?" Reposted under different throwaway. Sorry, trying not to spam. I'm on mobile, so sorry for the formatting. This is a throwaway account. I'll call my brother Cody and my brother's girlfriend Sandra. This is so freaking messy. I'm pretty close with my brother, but I honestly feel he doesn't deserve his girlfriend. So my brother and his girlfriend have come to our grandma for a week they have off. They've been here for 5 days. They won't leave for 3 more, and it's killing me. My little brother is not the best looking in the family. He's just not. Since he started seeing Sandra, he's gone to the gym and bulked up a bit and changed his hair and his eating habits. Not because she forced him. She loved him even when he was chubby. He said he wanted to start working out and eating better to get onto the same level of attractiveness as her. My best friend and I, she is a girl, and I both agreed beforehand that she is very good looking, just from her pictures with my brother on social media and stuff. Sandra and Cody came to visit my grandmother, and I was there because I'm currently living with her. Not only is she ridiculously hot, she's funny and smart too. She's pre-med and is taking a lot of hard classes that Cody says she's breezing through. She is the world's easiest person to talk to. The first night she came to visit, she was quiet, as this was the first time meeting extended family for her. The next day, Cody had a migraine, and she wanted to stay home with him and take care of him. But I convinced her to go to the mall with me, and Cody encouraged her to. We spent the day at the mall together. We played with puppies at a store and shopped a bit and got lunch. I don't think I've ever gotten along with someone as well as I've gotten along with Sandra. She is beautiful, witty, and basically my ideal partner. I've quickly developed strong feelings for her. It gets really frickin' messy from here. Cody was showing me some memes on his phone and accidentally swiped by a nude of hers. He thought I wasn't looking at his phone, but he did manage to see it. I know this is really bad, but when he got up to go to the bathroom, I unlocked his phone and went to look at it. I couldn't help myself. I've already mentioned that I think she's hot, so I won't go into detail about how I felt about the picture, because it's probably obvious. I felt so guilty about it. After this incident, I think people started noticing me becoming uncomfortable near her. My brother, my mum, and my grandma asked me about it. Eventually, Sandra asked me if she'd done anything to offend me, and I said no. I came to my senses and stopped acting like a douche. I asked if she wanted to go to the grocery store with me. She said sure. I thought it would just be the two of us, but Cody tagged along as well. We went to the grocery store together, went back, and ended up driving to the city in the afternoon. I don't want to give away anything that might identify me, which is an hour from where we live. Cody fell asleep in the car, and again it was Sandra and me talking. She ended up climbing from the back seat to the front to talk to me. We talked and joked the whole way into the city, and I just knew something was there. I did something stupid and I told her that I wished we'd met in high school, and she replies that she thinks we would have been best friends. Ouch. However, once we reached the city, she was back being lovey-dovey with Cody. It sucked because I wanted to hold her hand so bad. I think they felt bad for me because yesterday was Valentine's Day and I don't have a girlfriend. So they didn't kiss or anything, they just looked at each other like they're in love. My questions are the following. I know she can tell that we have a good connection, so should I go for it? I really want to tell her my feelings this evening. What's the best way to do that? Thanks. Oh man, nah, this is dangerous. This kind of sounds like he might be mistaking her niceness for, flirting with him, which are obviously two very different things. And it's your brother's girlfriend, man. Regardless of if there's feelings between each other, you can't just swoop in like that, surely. But yeah, I get a bad feeling he's majorly misreading the situation here. Let's go to the comments. You're a creep and you need to back off. You do not ever go looking at someone's nudes without permission. She's your brother's girlfriend. She hasn't said anything about liking you as anything more than a friend. I freaking dare you to tell her and your brother that you went through his phone to find that nude pic of her. Opie says, I couldn't tell them that. What signs exactly? From what you've written, she's just trying to be nice to her boyfriend's brother. Dude, don't be a creep. Back off. You're misinterpreting everything. Opie replies, I felt bad about the picture. I still feel awful. I couldn't help myself. As for the signs, she touches my arm when we talk, and she laughs at everything I say and bats her eyelashes. She doesn't hold hands with my brother when I'm around, things like that. I have plenty of other examples. These are not signs she's into you. The batting of her eyelashes could be done jokingly. She laughs because she wants to fit in and be accepted into the family, and you're her boyfriend's big brother. She doesn't hold hands with her boyfriend because she's considerate of you. No, you don't have signs that she likes you the way a girl likes a boy. That comment about being friends in high school should make it clear on how you stand. She doesn't see you as a romantic interest, not even in a fantasy setting. It's all in your head. It literally doesn't sound like she's flirting with you. It just sounds like she likes the company of her boyfriend's brother and gets along with the family. It also sounds like, due to the fact you're the boyfriend's brother, she naturally may feel more comfortable around you because she doesn't have to worry about you hitting on her. This isn't all the signs. All the signs would be neglecting her boyfriend, giving you looks, paying more attention to you, etc. And even with that, no, you shouldn't go for it because it's your brother's girlfriend. Never put some relationship in between family like that, especially family you're mildly close with. I can assure you she's not the easiest person in the world to talk to, and that there are others. What if your brother did this to you? You need to back off. It sounds like it's all in your head. You also sound like a narcissistic knob. However, don't destroy your family over this. They're happy. Don't ruin it. Yeah, agreed. Let's go to an update. So, against Reddit's and my better judgment, I spoke to my brother. As you can imagine, all hell broke loose. The guilt was eating me up, and I told him about the feelings I had for his girlfriend. I also came clean about looking at her nudes and apologized profusely. This was about 3 hours ago. My brother punched me in the face and busted my lip. He went to our grandma and told her that he didn't feel comfortable with me in the house. My poor grandma was so confused, and Cody told her vaguely that I acted inappropriately with Sandra and violated her boundaries. He went into Sandra's room and asked her to pack her things so they could leave and find a hotel to stay in. All I could hear was her saying, "What? Why? What's wrong?" He took her and left to stay in Atlanta, promising my grandma he'd call and explain when he got there. He just called via her landline and they'll be getting lunch tomorrow. I received a text from Sandra about half an hour ago. I copy-pasted it. It said, "Honestly, this is ridiculous that I even have to say this. You violated Cody's trust and my trust. The pics weren't meant for your eyes. I love your brother, not you. It's never going to happen. You've ruined any possible friendship we could have. I'm not angry, but I can't forgive this, and I believe you need therapy. Good luck, OP. I hope you get the help you need." I'm sitting here bawling in bed while my grandma knocks on the door to ask what's wrong. Reddit, what do I do? What are the steps to take to fix things with my brother? How do I apologize to Sandra? What do I tell my poor grandmother? Thanks in advance. I should have listened to your advice. Honestly, I'm gonna say it, deserved. One comment says, "She friend-zoned me, her boyfriend's brother, so I think I should totally shoot my shot. In my defense, she didn't shrink away in disgust at my presence, so she's practically begging me, right? I am pretty close with my brother, but I honestly feel he doesn't deserve his girlfriend. My little brother is not the best looking in the family. He's just not. People like this would have a stroke if you told them that relationships aren't just dependent on looks. Turns out personalities matter too. This feels like a guy who peaked in high school watching his little brother succeed at life and not being able to handle it. It's giving me a Chardon boner." Literally nothing this girl did indicated any romantic interest in this idiot. Was that his first time around a woman? WTF? Yeah, that seems like the most logical theory. Anyway guys, we're going to leave that story there. What are your thoughts about this one? Let me know in the comments below. Either way, we're going to move on to another story. Alright, we're over on True Off My Chest now. This one was written by a throwaway account, and it's titled, "I saw my husband and my sister naked in my kitchen. I can't move. If I move, it becomes real, and I have to accept what I saw and think of what's next. I came home from work early and saw my sister's car, thinking maybe she was dropping off some food from her job. But no, I walk in and see my husband and sister naked in my kitchen. The kitchen I paid for. As soon as I registered what I saw, I got into my car and left. I kept driving, just driving until I found the hotel I'm at now. I don't want to believe it. I don't know what to do. My sister, my only family, and my best friend, the one who's supposed to be there for me and support me. My husband, my person, my other half, the one who's supposed to love and respect me. The two most important people in my life have ruined everything. I blocked them both on my phone. I don't want to hear any of the bullcrap excuses they'll come up with. I don't want to confront this. I want to go back to this morning, when everything was fine. Wow, heartbreaking. And in the comments? Unblock them and just let their calls go to voicemail. Turn the ringer off for each of them in your contacts. That way you can get recorded proof of their apologies and excuses via voicemail. You may need that type of proof for your divorce. Just from a banking standpoint, I work at a bank. File legal documents intending to separate, open an individual bank account, start your paychecks going there after you've filed your separation papers. I don't know what state you're in, whether it's a community property state or not, but keep everything as clear-cut as possible so there won't be issues down the road. Deal with them with your head held as high as you can. Don't take their crap and cry when no one is watching. In front of them, be the cool that you are. They are the lowest of the low, and they'll prey on your perceived weaknesses. Best of luck, OP. I'm so very sorry, OP. I can't imagine the pain and anger you must be feeling right now. I hope you have a way to get out of this marriage safely. Run away, and don't look back. F them. F both of them. Wishing you well and sending you strength. You paid for that kitchen, so make sure you keep it. If you need to, sell the house later, but make sure you go back and kick them out. They don't deserve anything else from you. Hugs. The my only family part is what hit me hard. I'm so sorry, OP. OP says, yeah, we cut contact with our abusive parents 7 years ago. Thought we were supposed to have each other's backs. Always. OP updates 2 days later. Sorry for not replying to comments and not updating. Things have been hectic. I didn't think I needed to explicitly say this, but by naked I meant they were butt naked and banging in the kitchen. I admit mentioning that I paid for the kitchen was odd and kind of funny, but anyone that knows me knows that the kitchen is my pride and joy. So yes, when I saw my sister and husband banging in my kitchen, it stuck with me. And yes, they did see me. When I got to the hotel, I cried for a few hours, and then I just wanted to tell someone, anyone. The two people I would talk to when something happened in my life were the two I needed to talk about, and it was 11-something in the evening, so I wasn't going to disrupt my friends' evenings and burden them. So instead, I came to Reddit thinking not many could see it. The response I received was overwhelming. I want to say thank you to everyone that sent me kind words and advice. Thank you so much for all the virtual hugs. I know I only commented once. It's because I have so much to think about and do. I appreciate all the love and support. There was so much amazing advice given in the comments. Although a lot of it was American-based, I still appreciate it. But one thing I did see a lot was to unblock them and keep the texts and calls as evidence, so I did do that. After posting and another good cry, I knew that I had to get my crap together. I didn't have my sister or any family to help, so I had to do it myself. I started researching what my next steps were. In the morning, my friend called me saying my sister contacted her, wondering if I'd been in contact with her. I told her what happened, and she very kindly offered her spare room and her day off of work to help me sort stuff out. I called in sick at my job, and my friend helped get things done. I got in contact with my friend who works at a bank, and she helped me start sorting my financials. My friend also found me a lawyer to consult with. After my phone consultation with the lawyer, I was so overwhelmed. I now know why so many women don't divorce their cheating husbands. It's such a lengthy, expensive, and emotionally draining process. I fortunately make a stable income and can support myself, and we, fortunately, don't have kids. I have to remember that things aren't going to happen in one day. It will all take time. As for the house, unfortunately his parents did buy it for us, and to be honest, after what I saw, I don't want it. I will try to get reimbursed for my beloved kitchen, otherwise it can burn for all I care. This has been super draining, but I knew I had to talk to them. I already knew there was no coming back for my husband, and when I checked his messages, they were exactly what I thought they would say. I'm sorry, it's not what it looks like, we didn't mean for it to happen, please come home, I love you, blah blah blah. Just absolute bullcrap. A small part of me thought maybe I could find it in me to forgive my sister, as we only have each other, but after I opened her messages, all hope was lost. She used the same excuses we heard our father use when he cheated on our mother and beat us. She said the same things our mother would say when she would excuse our dad's behaviour and also beat us. I spoke to her this morning and asked her to tell me straight up who, what, where, when and why. She told me back in July when I went on a girls' trip she was at our house and joked to my husband that I would cheat on him on the girls' trip because that's what always happens. He said nah, and they joked about it, but she said he could get even with me, and they ended up doing it once. One time led to 2 or 3, then to whenever they could do it. There was never any evidence or signs or anything that I was going to or even thinking of cheating. I told her we were done, and there is nothing she could do to bring us back together. I later received a call from an unknown number. It was my mother, who I haven't spoken to in 7 years. Turns out my sister has been in contact with her and told her what happened, and my POS mother, the same woman who beat me for breathing wrong, had the audacity to say that this is what I get for taking her daughters away from her. It hurts so much. I know things are going to get messier, and this is going to be a long few years. I've now lost all my blood relations. I need to get all my crap and find a new place. I want to show them that I can and I will thrive without them. Again, thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all the love and advice. All the people in the comments that could relate to me, I'm so sorry. One comment says, I'm very proud of you for taking charge and standing up for yourself. I know it's very hard, but you got this. You will get through this. Opie says, thank you for your kind words. It's pretty hard losing the only family I had, but I'm trying so hard to stay optimistic. Betrayal like this is freaking devastating. It will be long and hard and draining, but I will make it. Another comment, hold your head high and cut all of them out of your life. Do his parents actually own the house, or did they just give money? Cut off mother and sister for good. Your sister is a piece of work. Opie says, they gave my ex-husband the money for the house, so it's under his name. And yes, my sister can join my mother and do whatever. They're no longer related to me. Out of curiosity, have you asked his parents if they knew what was going on? This will give them the opportunity to hear what actually happened, rather than the lies he'll tell to cover his bad behavior. She replies, as soon as I started receiving messages from his mother, I knew he'd been feeding them false narratives. She's been calling me names for bringing my cheating backside and my trampy sister into his life. She never liked me because of my background and thought I should forgive my mother. Unfortunately, all I'll hear from them is the bullcrap he's told them. Opie updates again, 9.5 months later. I actually forgot about this account until recently, and when I logged back in, I saw so many people still commenting, messaging me and checking up on me. To those people, thank you for your kindness. Since so many still ask for an update, and I've already shared such a big part of my life, I may as well give a small update. Back in October, my life was in chaos, but I was determined to soldier through it and show them that I can make it without them and succeed. I had to meet with my ex to talk about the house, and he kind of gave up and we decided to sell the house. I was reimbursed for my beloved kitchen. At first, my sister would show up at my job in my friend's house, but once I told her that I would get the police involved, she stopped. I haven't seen her since February. I did hear from my pathetic excuse of a mother again, but that was also shut down, and I've not heard from her since the end of last year. I'm from New Zealand, so my ex and I have to be living separately for 2 years before we can divorce. Although I want nothing to do with him, I'm not too fussed. 1 year is almost done. I started therapy, which has been healing. I wish I'd gone earlier. I've moved into my apartment and I was promoted at work. I've also gone on 2 girl trips and had some extra fun these times, as I was a single woman. And I've also just started seeing someone. He has been very kind. Thank you all again for your kindness. Hope this is the update you were waiting for. One commenter says, I'm glad you updated. You're happier. Never introduced the man to the family. Wouldn't put it past your sister to repeat her behavior. Cutting the toxic people in your life brings so much mental freedom. Living a happy single life after divorce is a kindness to yourself. Best update so far. And another 17 months later, a new update. Hello, it's been a while. I still get messages and notifications asking for an update, so this will be my last one. I am officially divorced. It took a while, but I got there, and my ex-husband has had 2 years to accept it and not fight it. I've got my own house, a nice kitchen, a cute, mature man on my arm, friends who treat me like my sister should, and a job that respects me. I'm happy and couldn't care less where my biological family are and what they're doing. I am enjoying the wonderful summer we're having in New Zealand and living my life. Thank you for all the support. All the best. One comment says, so glad to hear you've landed on your feet. Wished we heard more about the ex, like he's an unemployed drunk now or something. Or the sister, like she had a bad reaction to some shampoo and all her hair fell out. Oh well. Opie replies, no idea where my sister is, but my ex is just a working loner loser. And so happy to hear you're doing well. Thank you for updating us and all the best with your new life. Yeah, it sounds about as happy of an ending as you could hope from that story. But 2 years for a divorce is pretty extreme. Regardless, glad to hear she's doing better. What about you guys? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Either way, we're going to move on to another story again. Alrighty, we're staying on True Off My Chest. This one was written by user SilentLaw9663, and it's titled, Fiancé used my childhood trauma to win a video game. I don't even know how to type this or explain my thoughts right now, so I apologize if I seem scattered. I, 31 male, have been engaged to my fiancée, 29 female, Emily, for the past 3 months, together for 2 years. She has been the only relationship where I felt safe enough to open up and discuss my past trauma. Many nights I've cried into her arms, and she has been there to comfort me. She goes to therapy with me and has been a rock in our relationship. I've been getting much better since I've really opened up about it and have been able to live a better and liberating life the past 2 years, until last Saturday. Emily is ultra competitive, not just in sports, but in life. She'll do whatever it takes to win and be number one. She has lost friendships, family relationships, jobs, and money. She understands this and has been trying to get better by going to therapy, stating she doesn't know why she is like this. She seemed to cool down over the summer, but she's still very competitive. Even her parents have no idea because they were not athletes and have never pushed her to be number one, and her siblings are confused when this all started. I was a former college athlete, and yes, I am competitive, but not so much anymore. And recently, my friend group have begun a monthly game night. I was on a 4-month win streak. We play board games, old video games, painting, basketball, and even football. And it was all in good fun. But Emily last month was so angry that she did not win, she walked home and did not want to talk to me for at least 2 days. Before we left for game night, I asked her to please have fun, and it does not matter who wins. She promised she would try. As game night came to an end, Emily and I were tired, with one more event. Rules are, if it's man vs woman, the lady chooses the final game. She selected Nintendo 64 Mario Kart. I am king of that game, I never lose. I asked her if she really wanted to do that, and she called me a chicken, and was big saying that she'll beat me at my own game. I should have backed off, but I caved, and we raced. Now, common knowledge is let her win, and trust me, I thought about it, but she gets really angry if she thinks you let her win. Her attitude is way worse then. As we started racing, it was a tight race. She kept hitting the banana peels, but she kept catching up. The last lap she started trying to distract me by saying, "He snores when he sleeps," basic middle school insults. Then she tried bumping me to distract me, but I was locked in focus. I responded back, "At least I don't keep hitting the bananas, love." Very simple and fun. We are in the final leg of the race, and that's when she snapped. At least I didn't get assaulted by my own family. I froze up and dropped the controller, and she passed me and won. She was jumping up and down with joy, and was screaming and dancing that she finally won. From what my friends told me later, that she kept that up for a good while until she saw my face, and that's when she stopped. My friends were in complete shock, asking me if that was true. I could not speak. I couldn't breathe and was fighting back all the inner demons I had swirling in my head. I simply got up and wished them a good night and started walking. I was in a trance. I didn't know where I was walking to. Emily tried calling and texting, asking where I was, begging for me to call and come home. Kept saying she is sorry, just wanted to win so badly, and don't know why I said that. I simply needed space, and I told her to please stop calling me. I don't know what to do. I loved this girl and trusted her, but she used that trust to win an effing video game. My friends are asking me about my past and won't leave me alone. I guess all I'm asking is if there's any way back from this, or is this the end? Do I dump her, or try to work this out? Any advice would be very helpful. Wow, what drives a person to bring something like that up to win a video game? She's got some serious problems. Let's go to the comments. Man, she's got serious issues. In my eyes, there's no coming back from this. How could you ever trust her again? Dude, right? Like, what's to say she won't do it again and blame her competitive personality for it? She used your biggest, deepest wound, one that she only knew about because you trusted her, to win a dumb game. She exposed your biggest, deepest wound to other people without your consent. There is no coming back from this. You shouldn't want to come back from this. How will you ever be able to trust her with anything again? She has shown you who she truly is. You deserve better. I'm very sorry you had this experience. I hope you are okay. Wow, it's time to pack her crap, bud. Some bells you can't unring. Be ready to dodge and weave all of her pleas of, I'll go to therapy. Use your cart skills to avoid those, as they're definitely coming. I'm sorry, but I really don't see how this relationship can survive. She not only used the one thing that you trusted her with, but she used your pain and trauma to win a goddamn video game, also in front of other people who are clueless about your past. I don't think there's anything a person could do to get past that level of disrespect and freaking complete lack of decency. I'm so sorry for your past and what you went through. Is there any of your friends you feel comfortable enough in talking to? Are you seeing a therapist? Heck, even talking to people on here if you think it would help? Please don't shut out your friends, and please don't shut down. Lean on your friends or whoever you feel comfortable around. Final thought, F that evil bee. Opie makes an edit. I want to thank everyone for their comments and DMs. I've been reading all of them for the past 3 hours. I guess I knew this was the end of the relationship, but after spending 2 years with someone and having strong feelings and trust, I wanted to see if a majority of people could see something else that I didn't that could save it. And reading the comments, I guess I overlooked that massive red flag that Emily had. I decided to sit down with my friend group tonight and tell them my past. It will be difficult, and I'll text Emily tonight and meet with her tomorrow. I'll update tomorrow after that conversation. Opie takes another 2 days and updates again. Hey all, I want to thank everyone again for all the support. It helped me clear up my head and really reflect the past few months with Emily and finally see the red flags I ignored or didn't press hard enough on. First of all, I need to get this off my chest. From ages 11 through 13, I was essayed by my aunt. She would come over to babysit and she would do the deeds and have me do stuff to her. She would threaten me if I ever spoke out. I tried to tell my parents if she could not babysit, but my mother told me that her sister absolutely loves you and wants to spend time with you since she can't have children. If it wasn't for my dad forgetting his wallet one night, I believe she wouldn't have been caught. My mum went mental and did not believe any of it and went on the campaign tour around town saying she's 100% innocent and I'm just confused. My dad went to the bottle and tried to enter the shadow realm because he couldn't forgive himself for missing the signs. My mum then threatened me to make an announcement that her sister is not a predator and then attacked me. My dad divorced my mum and she and my aunt moved elsewhere. All of these years later, she truly believes her sister didn't do the deeds. My dad and I are okay. He does not want to be around me much because of the guilt. Second, I met with my friends and told them my story, and they all apologized and promised to help protect me in the future with relationships. They told me what happened after the event. Emily was trying to defend herself by claiming, I did not mean to say it, or he took it the wrong way. I just needed to win this, and I love him and didn't mean it. She's been calling all of them, begging for them to please help her win me back, and she will do whatever it takes, and see anyone to help her with her condition. Meeting today with Emily. My friends invited her over and would sit in the other room while we talked. Emily was unhinged and came flying into the house trying to hug me, but my friends held her back and told her to just sit. I asked her why she said what she said. She said, I don't know, I just needed to win so badly. I followed up with why she needed to win this one, and she said, because it was your best game and I don't know, I just needed to win. I asked again why she needed to win. What was the importance of winning? And Emily said through her tears, "I don't know. I needed to win." She kept repeating the same line over and over, so I asked if she'd planned on using my trauma against me and if that's why she chose Mario Kart. I'd never seen someone go white so fast. Emily just looked at me and put her hand in her face and blurted out, "I can't stand not winning, and I knew you would get distracted and I could win and finally feel great, because these past 4 months I've been so depressed from feeling like a loser, and I knew I could win with this plan." I was in shock and couldn't believe she said that. I realized that some of the commenters were right. She had this planned. I'm still trying to gain control of my thoughts on this one. "You had this planned?" I asked. Emily says, "Yes. I didn't think about what would happen after, and when I saw your face, I knew I messed up. Please, I want to get help and will do anything. Please don't end this." I asked if this was another competition in her head to win me back. She said, "No. I mean, in a way, yes, but not like that. So if you win me back, you'll feel better that you won." I told her I can't trust her anymore. What if we had kids? Will you see them as competition? If your friends are being flirted with, will you try and get more attention for the win? What if I'm simply doing something and you blurt that out again to win? She had to be escorted out by my friends and was told by one of them I should get a restraining order because her mental of losing you may break her mind and do whatever it takes to win me back. So again, thank you everyone for all the comments. I'm going to get more help and take a break from dating until I find someone who I can trust 100%, and now my friends will be on extra guard for any Emily sightings and future dating red flags. Wow, honestly, as crappy as Emily's excuse was, I don't think there's any excuse that would come back from this. I mean, what do you mean you just had to win? You a narcissist or something? I'm starting to believe that she probably is. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, we're going to leave that story there and move on once more. Alrighty, this next one's from Am I the A-Hole? It was written by user ProudHoliday8, and it's titled, "Am I the a-hole for child-locking my aunt and then leaving her at a gas station?" My 16 female aunt, 33, lives with my family. She has made me drive her around and refuses to sit in the front passenger seat because she wants to act like it's a taxi or chauffeur situation, which is crappy of her, but I haven't said anything. The other day we were driving through a restaurant drive-thru and it was packed. The parking lot was full. My aunt got out of the car while we were in the drive-thru and I asked what the F she was doing. She told me she was getting claustrophobic and I told her to stay in the car so she doesn't get hit by another car. My reasoning for saying this is she wanted to walk close to the actual road to smoke, where traffic's busy, normal road. She ignored me and got out anyway, so when I pulled up to the drive-thru window, I got out and put child lock on the back doors. I did this because my aunt has done this several times before and has almost gotten hit when she does it, and once had her foot run over by a car because she does it, which by the way she blamed on me, even though another car ran over her foot. I got our food, my aunt gets back in, we get on the main road. It's a traffic jam. My aunt tries getting out of the car again and finds that she's child-locked. She starts screaming and cussing at me, calling me a little mother effer and screaming at me to let her out. So when we could pull over again, I pulled over, let her out, and told her she could call someone else for a ride home. I left her at a gas station. I got home and my parents asked where my aunt was. I explained what happened. My mum told me I was in the right and my dad flipped his crap. He told me to go out and pick her back up, and I told him to pick her up himself because I'm done driving her around because she acts like a toddler. He decided it was appropriate to call me a spoiled bee before leaving to pick her up. Am I the a-hole for child-locking my aunt and then leaving her at a gas station? Info, the traffic jam I mentioned, one lane stopped while the one right next to it kept moving. People were actively moving and getting into the lane that wasn't stopped. Also, no, my aunt doesn't have a mental disability. She's just been spoiled by her parents and my dad. And yes, she's my dad's sister. Also, my dad made a deal with me to get the car. I saved up $2,000 as a down payment for the car, and he'd make monthly payments of $200 to the guy we bought the car from. Or so he tells me. At this point in time, I've paid more for the car than he has, as I've only had it for 4 months. And yes, I work, or rather worked. I got laid off back when everything shut down. Second edit for info, I didn't leave her stranded, she had her phone, and if she chose not to call someone, that's on her. Also, you know how some people go really fast into a residential neighborhood? Apply that to the restaurant's parking lot. People get really mad and fast in Chick-fil-A parking lots for some reason. Also again, I'm in America. We get our licenses at 16 and I'm almost 17. And yes, I pay for my own gas to drive dear auntie around. My dad, the one who called me a spoiled bee, raised me not to expect anything to just be handed to me. If I were out of gas on a back road, he would leave me there and tell me to figure it out. This is from experience. Definitely not the a-hole for me. I'd be wondering why she's driving around this person in the first place. This woman's 33, get your own license. And if she wants to act like a child sitting in the back seat, then she can get locked out of the back seat with child lock. Let's go to the comments. A downvoted commenter says, "You're the a-hole. WTF is wrong with you? If you're fine driving off without her, what was the frickin' point of locking her in?" Opie says, "I locked her in because I didn't think she'd start screeching like a banshee on a main road, and I didn't want to get pulled over by a cop with her screaming in the back seat. Seems like a pretty bad situation to try and explain to a police officer." Please tell me you got your way, OP, and your punk-ass dad didn't ruin your life for standing up to his deranged sister and his tyrant ass. Opie says, "He took the car keys from me and told me I'm not getting them back for a while, though I don't know if that counts as ruining my life." Wait, why doesn't she drive herself? Opie says, "She doesn't have a license and refuses to get one." Not the a-hole. Who gets out of the car in the middle of a traffic jam? Don't drive her anymore. If she wants a chauffeur, she can hire one. Absolutely. Opie updates 1 year later. This is way overdue, I think, and I'm not sure if anyone will see it, but I do want to kind of talk about what happened. So not long after the original post, my mum and dad split. Mum took me, Dad stayed in the house with my aunt. Mum and I moved halfway across the country, and we have an apartment now. Mum and Dad are in the process of getting divorced, and it's surprisingly civil. He also put my car in Mum's name, and I have it again. I found out something. My aunt was apparently diagnosed as a narcissist, though I'm not sure if that counts as a mental disorder. More about my aunt and my dad. Looking back, their relationship was really freaking creepy while Mum and I were living there. I don't want to say it was ancestral, but it definitely wasn't a normal sibling relationship. Also, and kinda worse, my aunt got caught stalking my mum and I before we moved to where we are now, and she even threatened to kill my mum several times over the phone and through mail. She, the aunt, was doing it pretty frequently a while back, but now she's only doing it semi-frequently. I think my mum's trying to get a restraining order against my aunt. It's a little difficult right now, but Mum and I are doing okay. She's going to put me into therapy soon because I've been taking a lot of this really hard. Mum thinks I have anxiety, and she just wants to make sure I'm really okay. There you go, Dad's sister is a narcissist. Who would have thought? Let's read some final comments. Yeah, figured something was up when Mum was totally chill with how Opie handled it, while Dad went completely mental. Hopefully things turned out well for them, and they don't have to think about delusional Miss Daisy anymore. Opie's sperm donor. Don't expect anyone to hand you anything. Also Opie's sperm donor. My precious widow sister deserves everything handed to her. Wow, some potential incest, death threats, stalking. Hope Opie and Mum are doing better and safe from all of that. Glad Opie has the car, and hopefully then could find a good therapist. I mean, if I were out of gas on a back road, he would leave me there and tell me to figure it out. This is from experience. This part? Horrid father indeed. First time my car was low on gas, it beeped to let me know. I had no clue why and called my parents freaked out. They were trying to figure everything out, and then suddenly my dad goes, "Wait, how much gas is in it?" We realized that was why it beeped. Then they walked me through pumping gas for the first time because we realized I had never done it before. We laughed really hard about it. It's a funny, cherished memory. I can't imagine if my dad had just yelled at me to figure it out myself, then I ran out of gas on my way home. I would have freaked out and thought the car broke down. Did not expect the incest twist. Totally expected the incest twist. Yeah, there's two types of people, I suppose. What about you guys? Did you expect that? Can't say I did. Anyway, it's good to hear that Opie and her mum got out of there and she retained the car, so that's nice. Alrighty folks, well that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed those stories. Thanks for making it to the end, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. Cheers.